Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lying in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Hello everyone, welcome to the beginning of Tablestory's Darkfire, starring me, BradWOTO, because I normally go to someone else. That's right, it's me, sporting some Vertigo Gaming merch. Bam, get your Vertigo Gaming merch at twitch.tv/John Sandman. Welcome to the stream, everybody. 2 I's in Vertigo, and that's why Whack calls him Vertigo. Because Whack should have been called Whackdantic. Pedantic? That's the best.
This is why we don't let you take
that. Was good. That was good.
Keep going. This is great. What else do you have?
I got like a real bad case of the old hag's curse.
I mean, Hydra dick?
You have an itchy dick?
Hydra dick.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
What's happening right now?
Hydra dick. The worst thing. I got so many messages, right, by the way, for people saying, I'm so glad that you removed an inspiration for mentioning McClotion. And it might be one of the only times in my life that I've received like multiple messages about the same thing in D&D that wasn't people being salty about hurting a character or killing a character or whatever.
Messing up a rule.
Messing up a rule, you know. Yeah. Well, you don't actually get... That's got resistance to bludgeoning.
That's not the way that this...
So actually Drift only did 4 damage there, which wouldn't have changed anything. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much for letting me know.
I want to meet, like, I don't, there's no, it's people in this chat are like that.
Yes.
It happens on YouTube.
I can name them right now. I can see one of them, Wax Steven, M. Pickler, Pepper Hat. I see all of them. Noodle Leafs in there. Matt Schroeder won't shut up throughout the week, mentioning stuff every day. Vardis coming up in my, he sent me an actual written letter that said, actually, you have.
It had a wax seal and everything. He showed me.
Does Emma ever actually get upset with you? Like, actually upset with you about decisions you made in D&D? Or like, you know?
Almost definitely yes, but I can't name one.
Okay.
I remember there was one episode of Fractured Worlds where I was like, and thank you for watching, and I clicked stop streaming, and a knife flew past my head and stuck into the wall. And we all know what episode that was.
I feel like PB still has like she just
I'm still going through it, so please don't.
Anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. We out here grinding, out here in LA grinding with John Sandman. He's got himself a new Tesla.
Anymore on Twitch. People hate it.
Grinding? What happened now? Oh God, what's happened this time? Who's crying this time? Could it be every streamer on Twitch? Grow up. Everyone except for John Sandman. It's just always.
He's got 7 Teslas.
Way too happy.
You don't get to cry when you have
7.
People are actually starting to believe this, by the way, that I have like multiple, that I'm super.
You do. You just bought another one. You just told us. You got 11.
I said it last time. John just parks
away because of how
in a
upset I am.
straight line. John just has one of his butlers park his Teslas in a straight line to whatever location he needs to go. So he'll just drive to the next Tesla, get out, has the butler come in, get back in the car, park it again, and he'll just get out and get out and get in, get out into every Tesla along the way.
Yeah, that's what he does.
It's a little obscene, John.
Yeah.
Listen, when you're living such a luxurious life like myself, you know, such a successful YouTuber with all these cutouts behind me, I mean, it's hard not to have 17 Teslas.
And because of all of those Teslas that he's got a fucking serious serotonin imbalance, and that's why he's always way too happy, and I don't like it. So there is like
no lie. I heard that, and I can't even have my headphones on.
It does say on every Tesla, one per person, or there will be a serious drawback, which is that you will become way too happy. John's
like when you had a really good ring in D&D, but you can't have another one, and you decided I'll try it out and I'll put another one on, and then it just fucks you up.
Yes, precisely. A ring of light. Precisely.
I think I'm just full of Brad compliments today. Maybe it's because I am really secretly nervous that I'm in a lot of trouble.
We're jumping into a hole.
Hey, I want to hold on and preface that with you motherfuckers jumped into a hole. Didn't give a shit about a blind guy jumping in with you. We have dark vision.
Holding on to the
I don't even realize.
To the Iron Giant.
We have dark vision.
You don't even realize.
You've literally just brought a useless tin can with you at this point.
All of you on YouTube that watch the Hate 19 and all of you that in the Twitch chats that watch it, this is going to be your best episode. This is your favorite
I don't think anybody hates 19.
I do.
They did hate 19. They've grown to like him.
They've grown to like me only because it's me, all right? If I wasn't 19 and it was like you playing 19, they'd still hate it.
They go up.
No, they would love it.
Wow,
I'd be the
that's rude.
nicest
All right,
19.
give me the voice.
Okay, I got it.
Oh,
I'm 19.
Fucking using
and I love everything. Do you want to look at my metal boner?
Oh my god.
That's a pretty good 19.
Look upon my truncheon. 19.
See?
All
Look
right.
at the laughs. All right?
Well,
my 19 would be hilarious.
The really weird thing now is going to be really weird because the character swap that happens in this episode is now going to seem like I wrote it in.
Shut up. The timing of that would be ridiculous.
This is the Freaky Friday hole.
A Freaky
I
Friday.
thought about the movie Freaky Friday since I was probably like 19 years old.
Holy crap, dude. Isn't that Lindsay Lohan?
Actually, if we're being honest, Freaky Friday was a remake that Lindsay Lohan. And there was a previous one, Freaky Friday, that was much older than that, John. But you know, you're very young and only own.
Who are the actresses in that one?
You'd have to Google it because how the fuck am I supposed to know?
I thought you. I don't know.
Okay. Should we play some D&D?
Playing in Roll20? Yes, please.
There is
some, but Roll20's music is a little up and down at the moment because it's got they've got their own little jukebox thing being added, and I think it's messing with stuff. So refreshing sometimes helps, and if it doesn't, I can stop it and play it again, and that sometimes helps. So let me know. It might be a little bit immersion breaking, but for the greater good be it. Roll20. Up and down. We at it. Okay. Last time.
Oh, God.
On Table Stories Darkfire, you guys touched tips. You touched the tips of your braces at the riverside, and it created a sort of reverb of old magic, which allowed a couple of you to see these sort of visions. One vision was of the town covered in dark clouds, and it was being struck by like endless lightning and creating fires, and people were in a panic. One vision was of the entire area covered entirely in snow. There was no town, there wasn't even a river, there wasn't a tree, there was nothing. It was just pure snow as far as the eye could see. One was of a young rose garden, just a little village with a little water wheel with only a handful of structures and the basics put up beside the river. Upon returning to your bodies, I guess, you saw a column of light which indicated the area that you were heading for. The point where the river is widest and the entrance to this dungeon that you're looking for. This sort of sunken, we'll say sunken temple, just to help your minds get around it. But again, as I said it with the Gate of Fire at the beginning of the campaign, it isn't really a temple. So walking around it being like, wow, look at these religious artifacts, is not necessarily going to be what you're looking at. But just for the sake of saying a word to replace the word that I want to say, we'll say temple. You guys headed through town, and Rin spoke with Kidia Night Sky, who is one of the enforcers in the sort of cult that she's in, Praeterita, and he let her know that basically not many people go into this area and come out. Overall, most people never come out of this thing. But the last 2 people that went in there did. He also said you need to go, you should consider purchasing some sort of underwater equipment, basically. The magical oldie-woldy version of a set of scuba diving gear. And the training that goes with it. Luckily, you went and purchased from Manny the Wizard 4 trinkets, which were merfolk trinkets. Yeah, bro, like, totally. Merfolk trinkets, which basically allow you to breathe underwater. You can swim. You gain a swimming speed of 30 feet. You could swim anyway, probably, but now you can swim, like, really good. You can communicate with each other while underwater. You gain resistance to the cold and the pressure, and it allows you to use weapons with the light property underwater without penalty, because you can't probably just use your weapons. 19, who already has disadvantage, so it doesn't matter on everything he's going to do in this entire cave.
What I wasn't listening, I was just assuming my character's already dead.
Yes, he is. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, dude.
You'll be fine, man.
You'll
be fine. You just can't see anything, which means when you swing at things, you're just gonna be a heavy damage dealer. It doesn't hit anything.
You're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be all right when you get stabbed in the dick, where you don't even have. I'm not even a gender. My character doesn't even have a gender, but apparently you put a dick on him earlier.
I'm gonna give you a new character sheet called Tiger 2.
I do have a dick.
And that's just there, so you can get to work on that if you want. Start rolling up your new character.
You think he's joking, but I really have a character sheet in front of me right now.
Yeah. He really does. Let me see if I can just show them.
Will he roll at our level or back
When I
down?
create this character, use the character mancer. What the fuck is the character mancer?
It just does it all for you.
Actually.
It's pretty useful.
Yeah.
Pretty useful.
Right. Well, I better use it right now. Let's see.
So you guys put on these trinkets, and then you jumped into the water and you swam down. You went all the way down into the entrance of a cave here. Please leave me alone, dog. I know. I know you think I'm talking to you, but it is the most distracting thing because he just keeps jumping up and touching me like, what do you want, bro? What do you want? Look, can you see his little hand? Look.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it you probably can't see it on the stream, but they can see it on Zoom.
Give him some love.
But it's
Give
really
him some love.
hot.
We can take
he's
a
wearing a
moment.
new white hoodie with a black dog.
Can't put him on the brand new hoodie, Vertigo Gaming hoodie. Sold at John Sam.
Can't do that. I'm the same way with Esme. If I got a brand
I'll
new
send
black
you a hoodie. You can put him on. Oh, look at that ball of fluff.
What's Brad's hair to look like that?
I know mine too.
Oh, you don't. It's all,
Weird hair only.
it's all wiry. He's got
Brad
about 8
finally
different
springs
colors.
for the Jerry curl.
We had
The,
a thing recently on my stream where if I hit some kind of stupid amount of subs, I'd do a Jerry curl.
There you go, everybody. Subscribe right now to Tiger Director. You guys swam into this temple, and you saw like a natural cave system that became sort of one with the architecture. It was kind of intertwined. Some of the architecture had the runic, archaic writing on it that you saw in the previous temple that you were in with Hasmol, and also the same writing that's on your braces. It's that really old language that people aren't sure if, even if it is a language. It's not something that you seem to be able to read. Some of them lightly glow, blues. Whites and purples. I think I said down here, or whites and blues. I can't remember. I know that there is a point to that, but don't worry about it. I'm sure no one cares. Except for me. That the old DM's curse of like, yeah, it's the coolest thing about this is that color coding on those runes.
52 hours writing the story,
I came up with the lore for
and
the color
everyone's gonna
coding.
love it,
It's
and it just-
super
no one
cool. What do you
cares.
mean? What's the McClotion? What are you guys doing? What are you doing with that? Stop touching the McClotion. Stop it. Stop it, please, God.
I feel like
The color coding.
I feel like he has to lose
And that is D&D,
an inspiration
everybody.
point. You
Yeah.
lose an inspiration point, Brad.
I lose an inspiration point, guys. You just gained some hope.
Just put the hope in the fact that since I called you out on it, now the first time that 19 dies a second time, he gets to come back a third time.
Blues and purples was the colors. There you go. I found my lore. It's important. It's not really. So it has a lot of the I'll say man-made structure stuff, and again, preface, man-made is in quote marks for those listening. The man-made parts of this half natural-made cavern, half man-made sunken temple structure have all of these archaic glyphs and things on it. You guys went down there, you found a big plinth, two big plinths. One had a big rune on the side or on top of it. One you touched and activated a rune, and it allowed you to see a vision of two figures, these sort of ephemeral figures. A halfling, the one that 19 witnessed in the Ironwell Inn, and a figure that Rin recognized, and we would all recognize from that one shot that we did on Christmas Day. If you didn't see it, don't worry, but a figure known as Death Singer.
It's only mildly super important.
It's super important, but it's not like important to have that knowledge for this campaign. It's just that there's a nice Easter egg.
I didn't watch it, and so I'm in this. So
you're in it.
You're all okay.
But it's a figure known as Death Singer, and it is a figure from Rin's past in some way. The two of them swam down and broke down the gate in front of you, and then they swam off. You guys then basically followed them into, there was a hole, like a maw that opened up in the ground, and it was just a dark hole, and all four of you swam into it with, I think, Iridir holding 19's hand. Maybe you were all holding. I feel like maybe you were all holding hands. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we were.
I probably.
I was holding Nine's hand. You were holding your hand, I think.
Is that how it went?
Rin and I
Chris
jumped
pulled
in.
me I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she was scared.
And
we got this.
that is where we begin today's episode, of course, as you swim downwards and downwards and downwards and downwards and downwards and downwards.
Oh
and
God! All
downwards
right, one more second of just normal life.
Downwards.
I hate underwater shit.
Me too.
Like just in IRL.
Same.
I wonder if there's a
Understandable.
YouTube channel for Subnautica ambience.
The best I could do was this, but I'm not using the Subnautica one.
No. I hate you. I hate you so much right now.
We are
There's a
underwater.
Deep Grand Reef ambience, 30 minutes long.
No,
Yeah,
no.
but we don't want to.
Does it have the weird, like, gaseous creatures that make
Yeah.
those creepy? No, no.
I've got it on. I'm playing it
No.
right now. I'm
No.
Yeah,
turning
you
off
can
at 20.
play it for yourselves if you want.
All right, link me. I'll put it on.
I'll do the best as I can, chat, but I have to try and vet every stupid thing because YouTube
I'll put it in
sucks.
chat too.
And that's a good point, actually. I'm going to start recording on OBS. All right. Y'all, give me some perception checks, please. Start this.
I'm gonna show you just how good I can see in the dark.
I promise one day, perception checks. I'm going to do a whole campaign one day
So
where I don't do
6.
any perception checks to make up for the fact that perception checks are the most overused check.
Rolls a 6, rolls a 6,
In the whole
19,
game.
can't see shit, rolls an 18, higher than all the bitches with dark vision.
Wouldn't you say he's got disadvantage, Brad?
Yeah,
Because he's
sorry,
Whack
yeah.
Steve in you.
Dude, you for sure have disadvantage. Sorry. For Tiger, for the record, there is, unless I think it's probably going to be easier for me to explicitly say when you can see in this entire thing. There probably
Why didn't
will
you
be
grab
times.
the light amulet, man?
He tried.
Because I didn't have enough money for it.
You should ask Daddy John.
Daddy John.
Daddy Drift.
Daddy Tesla.
Daddy Tesla.
Daddy Tesla. I'm not gonna call myself that. I'm sorry.
over it.
You need to
Guys,
get,
make
like,
it happen. Hashtag
You were
Daddy
saying-
Tesla in reference to John from now on, please.
So you were saying, Brad, about me being able to see.
You need to
What
get
was that
lightning
about?
bolt. You need to get lightning bolt, so then we can really call you Daddy Tesla.
Yeah, that'd be helpful underwater.
So it's probably going to be easier for me to explicitly state when you can see, because you will be blind for most of this journey underwater here. Unless you guys can do like a rest under here if you want. Fuck that.
Yeah, let's
but
do a
if-
nice long 4-hour rest somewhere.
Yeah, so you can assume that every perception check is disadvantage, and there's going to be a lot of things that involve eyesight or movement that you're still going to struggle with. You have a swimming speed, but you guys are still moving as if you're underwater. You're very proficient in swimming at the moment. You're moving through the water and you're cutting through the water very well. But you're still moving your arms in terms of swinging a massive greatsword is still very slow. So using a greatsword underwater will give you disadvantage. Do you want me to give you some rules that I have here? A lot of them don't apply because I got a lot of rules for if you didn't buy those trinkets, and I assure you, you need them. So you don't need to worry about spell casting because you can speak underwater now. You wouldn't have been able to use verbal things.
That's awesome.
Non-magical fire will not work underwater, obviously, but fire magic will. Ranged attacks. All ranged weapons have their range reduced to 1/4 of the original value. So if you're using a crossbow and it's got 80 feet, that means it can only be shot 2 feet because that's 1/4 of the original amount. A thrown weapon.
20 feet, right?
Yeah. A thrown weapon has its range reduced by half, and ranged attack rolls have disadvantage underwater unless the weapon deals piercing damage. And I will remind you of these if you come to it. Don't worry. Melee attacks. Don't worry about some of this because you've got the magical trinket. So unless the weapon is a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, a spear, a trident, or has the light property while you're wearing the trinket, then you will have disadvantage on the attack. Okay? So that's dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, trident, light property. And if you need to remind yourselves of like what the hell is going on with light properties and stuff, there is a weapons list that you can look at to check.
So just real quick, when you said that, so like the sword on my hip, that would be considered a long sword, so that does not count, correct?
If it's a long sword, yeah, I think it is a long sword. Or is it a short
It is a
sword?
long sword, yeah. It's a long sword.
Yeah, then
That's slow as shit.
is slow as shit. Yeah, that's versatile, but it's not light. So scimitars, sickles, clubs, they are all light weapons. Everything else is not. So daggers and things like that. If you guys have got daggers, you can hand them over to each other maybe. Might be a better idea. Or if someone has got 2 short swords or something like that, that might be a good idea. I can't remember what your magical sword is all about. Driftu Chan. Both magical swords actually. You got 2, I think. You're muted and I don't know how.
Oh, I'm very muted. No, I got it. I got it written down.
Okay. So that is how that works. So in terms of you guys moving around, in general, your swimming is very good and you can move around relatively well. But wielding weapons and things is still difficult because they aren't you. They are weapons. You know what I mean? They're like heavy still. So that's how the movement is going to work generally this entire thing. The whole dungeon is very dark as well, though there will be elements of light, and sometimes you'll be able to see the walls and things when you're very close to them, 19, because they will have the twinkling effect. But the twinkling, and here's 2 distinctions that I'll make now. On the man-made things, the walls, the pillars and things like that, in the previous place, 1, it was all intact. It was all, and you couldn't harm it. If you remember, you tried to destroy it or break it, you wouldn't chip the walls and things like that. And the twinkling of the runes and stuff was basically constant. It was a lot more going on. They would move it at random and they would twinkle white and reds and yellows and things. Here, it's a lot slower, and they seem to just like every now and then, like there will be a little twinkle in one of these runes or these glyphs in the archaic language on the walls, and a lot of the place has fallen into disrepair while being underwater, and it's broken and messed up. So when you're very close to those walls, 19, you will see that twinkling because it does light up. The rune lit up before and you could see it, things like that. Any magical fire will light the area for a little while. But
Sacred Flame would light everything, right? Just out of curiosity.
it would, I mean, I guess it would give you a little light for the like 1 second it illuminates the area, because it's just a bolt, basically. It's just a blip, and then I'd give you like a little bit of light around that. It'd probably light up the thing that you fire it at. Sacred Flame as well, if you look at it, at the spell, is like a fucking homing missile anyway. Which will be very useful for you. You're welcome. So, let's start, and you can question me on things as we go, because it's a weird dungeon, and you're in it, and you're in one. So...
Sorry, I'm just looking at this.
The victor of the blood. Once per day, you may drink the blood of a sentient creature you killed yourself, and gain 3 temporary spell slots that last for 3 hours. After this hour has passed, you lose all of your spell slots and can only regain them again after completing a long rest. That is your, like, Kaioken times 20.
Yeah, that's just
mode.
one of them. I got 2 of those.
But remember, it comes at a price.
Blood drunk.
So, the 4 of you swim into that moor, that hole, and you begin just swimming downwards. 2 of you holding hands in pairs, swimming down into this darkness for a short while. The magical trinkets around your necks allow you to do that sort of comfortable swimming, allows you to breathe under the water and protect you from the cold and the deadly pressure as you skillfully maneuver downwards. And I think you probably swim for about a full minute. Like, it takes a while. And if you imagine a minute swimming down this hole would feel like forever. But you're swimming downwards for like a minute with no real change. Your dark vision, those of you with dark vision, you can see the sides of this tunnel for the majority of that minute. If you look upwards, you can't see the entrance anymore, because I think your dark visions all are at 60 feet. Everyone.
I think John's is longer.
John might be longer. Some warlocks have long 120 feet. Doesn't matter.
I think it depends on what you took, but yeah.
There's also not a lot of light. You still need some light for your dark vision to work. There is really not much that activates your like infrared down here. However, you do see the sides of this tunnel, this sort of endless wall. Every now and then there's a twinkle from those archaic glyphs that I mentioned. They're inscribed on these slabs, because this is man-made, this tunnel that you're going down. It's kind of like going down a giant well. And then slowly, eventually, it starts to widen a little. You notice that the tunnel kind of funnels outwards and opens up a little. And the walls start to get further away from you after about a minute of swimming downwards. And that darkness begins to sort of thicken and surround you a little more. And then the cold of the depths that you're starting to hit begins to actually permeate the trinket's magic. It's a slight chill to the water around you. It's not causing you any damage. It's just that damn cold down here. And that's when you blink a couple times and you are completely alone. Each of you...
No!
Wait, what?
Those that were holding hands or tracking one another as you swam down lose the feeling of the other hands and the sight of your comrades.
So I am completely by myself.
You are so alone. Dark visioners, you are in complete darkness as well. You no longer see the walls around you. Looking at your hands, you can just about make out like a grey pallor, and if you bring it up nice and close to your hands, you can see your own hands, but you're now just in just super dark surrounding you. And then you guys, this is where your perception checks come in. 6, 6, 18, 14. So, Iridia and Drift, if you come to a stop maybe, and it will probably feel rather sudden, You reach out, looking around, trying to feel the hands that you were holding onto, or look for the person that you were next to, or look for one of the others that would have been nearby, and you can't see them anywhere. Rin, you see a small flickering of a light, and it is below you. One tiny little flicker of light very far below you, or 1 feet below you, and it's that like LED sized, or it's a larger light that's much further down. It looks kind of white in color. It doesn't look like fire or anything like that. 19, you need to roll me another perception check because you had disadvantage.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me do that for you, Brad.
Oh God, I'm gonna get hit by an anglerfish. Oh God.
It's 23 on that.
23. So that means you take the 18 of your previous. The 18 of your previous check. You see this light as well. It's the only thing that you can see around you is this light. For you, it flickers and then it's blotted out for a moment, and then it flickers again in the distance, and then it's blotted out for a moment, and then it flickers again. That's it. What do you guys want to do?
Hero.
None of you can hear him.
Rin!
Cannot hear each other.
Fuck off! I can't see anything.
Guys, are you here?
This isn't funny.
19?
I start swimming towards the light that I saw.
Okay.
I start swimming a little up, just like maybe they didn't come down as far as I went.
Yep.
So I go up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my arms out and kind of just see if I feel anything.
You do. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Black Steven.
I think I would do the same thing. I don't think I would make any noise if I just lost. If I was holding 19 and suddenly he was gone, like if I was literally holding his hand, I didn't feel him let go, and he just suddenly was not there. I think that I would just start moving really slowly and try and feel all around me.
Sure. Let's see here. So,
So good.
The first thing that probably happens here is you each notice.
Music.
Let's start with Drift. Let's start with you.
Why?
Because you swam upwards. Suddenly, something moves past behind you. You feel that rush of water against the pushing against your back. Spin around to see what it was. Something comes into vision in front of you. Your dark vision allows you to make out a form here. A shadowed figure at first, appearing in the darkness, and it is so hard to see this figure for a moment before a set of sharp teeth smile out from the shadow and it begins to take form. Your dark vision doesn't allow you to see in color, but you do see a set of clothing, very fanciful. As Walter the Red swims in front of you, he brings out his shadow sword and then lunges for you. Rin, you reach out beside you and you suddenly feel someone turning suddenly to your left and snatching your hand back. You see the ethereal form of Blackhand, your indoctrination partner. Elven dark hair pulled up in tightly into a bun on top of his head. A recognizable halberd on his back. He's staring down at that light. And he turns to you and says, "Why, Darkheart? Why?"
Fuck! Oh shit! I don't know what I'm shocked. This fucker's dead. Oh my god!
He's there. You felt him. He doesn't look ethereal like the other forms you've seen.
Oh shit. I stabbed him.
Okay then. 19. There's a sudden voice in the darkness. As you start shouting out for the others, you hear a voice behind you say, You're all alone now. You wanted to fight? Then fight me. There's a rush of water near you. You're very blind and you can't see where this is necessarily coming from, but you can feel the pressure of the water rushing and changing in pressure around you. Iridir, you see Eladrin assassins swim up, surrounding you. 4 of them, cloaked in robes, very tightly fitting around their bodies, eyes peering out through these sort of thin robes that wrap around their heads. You recognize them in at least their kind of uniform, or you've seen them before. Each one has what looks like a poisoned dagger in their hands, kind of curved. The closest one says, "Ah, finally, we've found you." And then one behind you says, "You'll not escape us this time, Iridir." Another one says, "Queen Aina sends her regards." And they rush in towards you. I would like some initiatives. And this is going to work a little weirdly here, but...
Fighting?
Oh my god.
Really? Ignore that for now. Ignore that for now. Yeah, you're fighting. Let me just bring you over to the right screen.
Is that character sheet yours, Tiger? Tiger 2?
All 4 of you are on this map here.
That's the one that Brad gave me for when 19 dies.
There's Rin. From Rin, Iridir, scroll to the right. 19, scroll down. And Drift, scroll to the opposite corner of where Rin is on this map, and you will find yourselves eventually. It's just so much easier to do it this way, and I apologize.
I see myself bottom right.
Yeah? Okay. Initiatives on the board.
Oh, I didn't click myself.
Here.
Oh my god.
And I need to open a lot of things. So, while I'm opening some things, you have some other mathematics to do. Your AC, while in this dungeon, is 10 plus your int plus your whiz. Work it out. Write down your old AC and remember it. Write down your new
say it
AC.
again.
Your AC is 10 plus int plus whiz.
Modifiers.
Modifiers. Same as it would be for, plus, like a thing.
So can we just fill that into our armor class now and just remember the number?
Up to you how you want to do it, yeah? Let me add some turns.
I don't think Tiger likes his new number.
So this would be so like for example, since I have no intelligence, it'd still be the 6 on my wisdom and my thing, since the modifier makes it 6, right?
I don't know. I'll help you in a second.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right on it. If not, it'll just fuck me anyways, right?
Fuck you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, so everyone is fighting all sorts of different shit, so I've got to fucking open all these things. Please give me a moment. And then that one. God damn it, why are you opening there, you son of a... And then that one. Oh, you know what? I'm putting this here.
The song used to fill me with such joy. Now I'm terrified.
And then...
What are you guys scared of? This is gonna
dying. You know, death.
No.
Quit without saving.
Okay.
First show in history where no one has died.
Wow, knock on wood. Why would you say that right now?
So...
I don't believe in knocking on wood.
I need to move you now.
He says he knocks on wood.
I did. I actually did knock on wood.
Let me help out El Tigre here. 19. So your AC is 10 plus 4 plus 0. So 14.
It's not that bad.
Oh no, only 14.
Yes.
13, by the way.
Oh, that's bad.
Now.
Welcome to my lifestyle.
Always.
So who was first out of you lot?
Me.
Drift.
Drift. I didn't roll my own dice, did I?
actually have goosebumps, guys. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't see them. Oh god.
So the way I'm going to do this, you're in your own little fights. So I'm going to add people that you're near to you guys. So Drift, you are fighting against Walter the Red, and he rolled a 17. Rin, you are fighting against Blackhand, and he rolled a 9. 19, you are fighting against Telchel, and he has rolled a 10. And the assassins will all go on a 19. Hey, 19's in the chat, everybody. Good luck, hero.
Yeah, he's fighting 4 people?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're not all killing each other.
You think I'd pull the same trick twice?
Yes, because we wouldn't suspect it, and then we would kill each other.
Who knows what's going on? I do. Okay. So starting with young Driftosaur, I'm going to use this one over here. Drift, you are the first person to react. Walter is coming towards you with his rapier out, and he is swimming forward at you. And he looks like he can swim fast like you can.
Can I just say real quickly, like, what are you doing? Well, not as an action though. If you're gonna make me use an action, then I'm
just gonna roll for his thing. He says, getting my own back, as he brings the rapier up to bring it back and slice it across your mouth.
Okay, great. I'm going to instantly use my shadow sword and swing it at him.
Sure.
Big ol'. It's no disadvantage, correct? Because I have. Can I see actually? Is it disadvantage?
What is your shadow sword? Hey, I need to know the properties of what it is. We might need to work this out.
It's slashing. I don't know if that's what you're asking.
It's slashing. No, I'm.
That's definitely not what he's asking, John. 100%.
What kind of properties do you need? Let me understand.
Hold on. Does it count as a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, a spear, or a trident?
Short sword.
It's a short sword?
I don't know. I just said
I cannot imagine that it is a short sword.
It's one-handed. I can have a shield with it.
No, that doesn't matter. That is not the property I need. I'm pretty sure that this is.
It's not light.
What's the damage it does? Tell me the damage it does.
I think
1d plus 5.
1d8. It's a long sword.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have disadvantage.
Shit. Mother. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna hit.
I'm pretty sure it just acts like the same as the weapon that it's meant to mimic.
It's still
Right.
heavy.
Right. Here you go. Disadvantage, baby. So underwater, I'm just gonna go for a stab straight into like before he stabs me. Oh my god!
That is
That's a double crit fail.
so bad on that disadvantage there. I'm gonna write stuff down. I'm gonna be writing things.
Brad's got to
today.
invent a new way for you to
live
fail.
after all. Drip doing shit like that. Fuck. I'm
Uh,
pretty good right now. Let me roll this fucking dice for you. I rolled the dice for myself, John. Let me roll.
Don't waste it. Don't waste your dice roll.
Cool for
You're gonna need it.
I got you a 15. I got you a 15.
Snake guys, don't you get money for that? From the free parking?
Wow.
Monopoly jokes. No one's down for those today on D&D. Okay, cool.
I knew like the youngest one here.
Not.
Why are you telling these old? It's because you got a child. The old man jokes. All right,
The most
roll me a
adorable
d.
child I've ever seen.
Roll me a d20.
Oh shit. If I lose the sword, I'm gonna
Are we
cry.
still doing the crit
Yeah,
hit
I thought
and
it was a
fails
short
from?
sword.
Are we still doing the crit hit and fails from Xanathar's Lost Notes to everything else, Brad?
I don't know what I'm using them from. I just have a list
Oh, gotcha.
of fail consequences. I don't know where they came from. I've just been using them the whole campaign. Roll me a d6.
What?
This is about this. This deserves that double failure there.
6.
That is so bad. You bring your sword out, and it forms in such a way that you open a wound on yourself, and you lose 1d6 HP from blood loss, which is that 6 there. You lose 6 HP as you wound yourself with your own sword, bringing it out. Underwater, it all feels slow and wrong, and you just cut a fucking wound over one of your arms.
Okay.
And the blood begins to run into the water. The lovely, tasty, tasty
I haven't used
blood.
it in so long, it feels like.
All right. So, bam, and so that brings us to Walter. Walter is going to stab your ass. Oh, he is gonna. What is your AC? Remember, your AC is different.
15 now.
15 is a hit. Where are my dice at? Why do I keep hiding them behind my G Fuel cap?
Those sponsors.
That's why, yeah.
Really, Brad? Really?
They don't sponsor this channel, though.
Yeah.
So I need to stop hiding my thing.
They could sponsor this channel, however.
They could if they would like to. You take.
No. Can I use shield?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll use my reaction for shield, and I'll add. What did he throw? Like, what did he?
He hit it.
What did he roll?
He has rolled.
Aren't I allowed to know that?
Yeah, if you want. It's a 23.
Oh, no, I'm not using shield.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then you take 7 necrotic damage. Can you also roll me a d4?
Holy crap. 1.
And if you'll remember how previously you fought a shadow and it was reducing your strength score.
Yeah.
Remember your strength score, reduce it by 1.
Shoot.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm already messed up, dude.
Walter just like you wound yourself, and he swims past you like anime style, just bringing his shadow sword across your front and opens up another wound, and it weakens you, and you don't feel good at all. Bringing us to Rin. About as far away as I need to go.
Oh my god.
Thing. Rin.
Yeah.
You said you just went to hit him or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But question.
Mm-hmm.
How do bows work?
So bows are the same
25%, right?
thing. Yeah, you have what type of bow is it?
It's a long bow, but the long bow typically I think is a heavy, maybe, but because it's one of my Kenzai weapons, like it says choose types of weapons, 1 melee and 1 ranged. They can be any simple martial weapon that lacks the heavy property. Longbow is also a valid choice.
Okay, so the way that works is that your range is reduced to a quarter of the original value, but longbows are really long range, and you're fine. And you'll have disadvantage unless it deals piercing damage. Is it piercing? It probably is.
Yeah, it's a bow.
So yeah, you can use that fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't like I pull it out and I shoot it and then it's like poop because it's in water and it just like slow-mo's Matrix stuff.
No, you're good.
All right, but I don't think she would. I think she's too startled. I really think I would reach out and grab a dagger and try to stab him. That would be my first reaction rather than metaing and using a better weapon. So let's do that first.
Yep, give me that dagger attack.
Oh god. Why won't you? Hello. Here, go. Oh, disadvantage still for this, yeah?
No, not with a dagger because it's a light weapon. So that is a 10, which unfortunately is a miss. You see the form of Blackhand, this elf in front of you. He turns to you and asks you why, and then you just swing at him, bringing this dagger out and just kind of lunging for him kind of thing. And he swims backwards as well. He puts a hand on that halberd on his back and brings it outwards. And he says, I'll take you with me then. If I don't get to see the return of the Magi, then neither do you. And he brings that halberd forwards towards you. And
I'm going to use a key point to dodge.
Okay, nice. What does that do?
I believe it lets me dodge or disengage.
Dodge. It's just a regular dodge. She basically gets to use the key point for a dodge.
All right, so he has disadvantage, yeah?
Yeah.
Buddy. That is a 13 to hit.
Oh, I think she has 13.
That's my, yeah, 13's me.
No! All right, so that is same amount of damage here. Nice and easy to remember. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Damn, this is max damage. This halberd comes out and just, it probably just gores you, honestly. It probably just hits you in the gut. You see your own blood, kind of grayscale. Everything is grayscale in your dark vision, just bursts outwards and start to float up in the water, and you can probably taste it instantly as you take 14
Shit!
slashing damage. And being like, this thing is still in you, and you are grappled, meaning that you are restrained.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
That ends that particular skirmish, taking us to 19. You hear the voice of Telchul Bloodgrip calling to you and goading you into a fight. At this moment, you don't know where he is, but you heard his voice coming from a little ways in front of you.
First thing he's gonna do is, you can't be real. You couldn't have made it down here with us.
He says, real or not, you're gonna die.
Says you, come closer to me.
Oh, I'm close enough.
As he says, come closer, the first thing I wanted to use is I want to use detect magic.
All right. Give me the blurb. Click it.
Okay.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet
is
of
it
you.
concentration up to 10 minutes for the whole, to do the whole thing, right?
No, that's how long it lasts, and you just
hold
it up. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn the school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone. So, sure, you see Telchul Bloodgrip suddenly form in front of you. Probably in that, like, have you ever seen like Daredevil?
Sorry.
What's another way to describe that? Because it's the perfect way to describe it.
An aura.
Yeah, but it just, the way that it looks, it kind of, this horrible kind of mirage version of Telchul appears in front of you.
Oh yeah, the Matrix is good.
Yeah, the Matrix. He's in the Matrix when he sees
Yeah.
Smith inside the Matrix, and it's all kind of weird looking, and you're kind of almost seeing through this ephemeral kind of vision in front of you. You see a version of Telchul in front of you, but you can tell immediately that he is an illusion of sorts, and also a conjuration.
Okay. Second question to that, which is why I did detect magic, is I can technically see him now, correct?
You can see him, as long as that concentration stays up.
Yep. The next thing I am going to do, I just need to look and see if something is a bonus action or not. Fucker. Oh, God, don't ignore that. That's not what I meant to click. No, it is what it is. Okay, so what I would like to do next is I would like to cast a divine favor on myself.
Okay. Is that a bonus?
Yeah, it's a bonus action, yep.
Is that a full spell?
Is that a full spell?
What was the rule? Did we set a rule?
You would be correct. Yeah, you're correct. I don't know why you're saying that.
I thought we set a rule, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
One spell a turn, but you can do a spell and a cantrip.
Yep.
It's also concentration, which would turn your other one off.
Yep. Well, some bitch, look.
This is my life as a paladin as well on Thursdays, by the way, because all that shit is concentration, and I hate it.
I don't. There's nothing else I can do then. So.
Okay, you can
I
move.
too hate paladins, Brad.
As do I.
Well, I love my
paladins are dope.
Yeah, I like them too, but I hate the mechanics of the fact that they've made everything concentration. It's the same with a ranger. You don't want to move or anything. You're just standing there. You can see him.
If I can see that he is ahead of me, and I said, "Come to me," I don't move. I stay there, and as I stay there, I would say the last thing he could see me do is I pull out the great sword, the new one, and I fucking pull it out, and I just stand ready.
Yeah, and he is swimming at you, and again, he's like a where Rin seeing Blackhand was a form of him, and the others seeing the person, they see it as if they're there. You actually see this person as if they're kind of an illusion themselves. They're a little ephemeral, little kind of translucent bits of this magic sort of wisping off of him. He's kind of like a blue and purple kind of like a Manet painting. He looks like he's a blur. He doesn't look like he's even really there, but he's phasing in and out of like perception. Like you can see him kind of, and then in the next minute he's just a ball of kind of blur and magic and blues and purples. He is going to. Do you know what he's gonna do? Yeah. He is going to. He swims forwards. But he keeps his sword low, bringing up his hand in front of him, and you see this magic coalesce into a ball in his hand, and then launch outwards towards you. This huge cone of this purple and blue, as it washes over you. Give me a con saving throw.
Come on, buddy.
5.
That is a fail, and this sucks ass for you because you are stunned, which I think drops your concentration. You become stunned, which basically is, I think it's the worst one ever. You are incapacitated, which means you can't move and speak only falteringly. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, and attack rolls against you have advantage. Does that knock out the concentration? Any idea, Whack? Or anyone?
If you fail, yeah,
My assumption is it would, yeah.
The detect magic gets turned off.
I assume so. Yeah. So all these spores of magic hit you, and the this blah, hits you, and you kind of. you are now floating. You feel it hit you, and you kind of like floating backwards. And you can't see him or anything, and you can't move, and that's the end of your turn. Assassins are now all around you, Iridir, and they are going to try and kill you very much. Let's see here. I'm just gonna roll all those attacks in one and work out. What's your AC?
13 right now.
13, so 1, 2, 3 hits. They all swim in next to you with these daggers. And 2 of them are gonna hit you and stab you. So they just rush at you.
Brad, do you have this on the main screen?
No, I do not.
Can you show it?
Yeah, I keep forgetting because I have to go to every corner of the world and think of
There's
too many
4
things.
separate fights going on right now. So
Yeah, I know.
Poor Brad.
I was gonna do another thing for this, and I didn't have time, and I'm now glad that I kind of didn't, because I wouldn't have been able to do it. They say Queen Aina sends her regards and rush at you. Two daggers launch at you, and you definitely dodge them. The ability to swim underwater, maybe use the verticality to get out of the way, helps you, but you still feel the sting of 2. One in your back, one in a thigh, maybe. You take 2 piercing damage from one and 5 piercing damage from another, probably the one in your back. Gets you in a kidney. And so 7 in total. And it's your turn.
Okay. I yell, what are you, creature? There is no way to see these people down here. There's no way. There's just no way. And there's a bit of panic in my voice, and I will. I'm gonna cast Healing Word as a bonus action on myself.
Mm-hmm.
For 6 healing.
Nice.
6 HP returns.
Okay, and I'm going to.
That's why I sound like underwater right now.
Yeah. And also something else. Fast clapping.
Yeah, I guess I'd strike out with a dagger.
You can do it. I will.
Alrighty.
At the one at the, I guess the nearest one that attacked me.
I'll color code them. We'll do red,
That's a crit.
Oh, buddy.
green, and orange. Sorry, which
So
one
I
were
don't
you
know how
hitting?
you want to do the crit hits if we're doing the full damage there or what. Because that would have been 9.
Why wouldn't it be a crit?
I don't know. I thought we were doing the stuff from that one Xanathar's guide for the crit hits and the crit fails. But if we're not, then it's not.
No, there's nothing on a crit apart from
The
max damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So which one did you hit? Sorry, I color coded them to make it a little easier.
We'll say whichever one probably stabbed me that I saw. So if it was the one that attacked me in the front, so whatever color you want to.
Yeah, we'll say the guy with the red thing on his token there. Just in front of you. The guy with the orange probably put a dagger in your back. The other one maybe swiped at your leg as you swim up, and then you bring a dagger down into the side of his head and kill him. Black! Straight in the temple, and he kind of just floats, and the blood runs upwards, and he begins to sink a little bit downwards from you.
Does he still look like an assassin?
He does. Yeah, he looks like a dead body. He looks like a dead assassin, but he's kind of like sinking downwards into that darkness a little bit. But as far as you can tell, you stabbed a dude. Yeah.
Okay.
And he is dead. Bam.
And yeah, that's kind of all I can do for my turn, I think, here. Yeah.
All right. Bringing us back.
That's fine. All I can do is just kill a dude. No big deal.
To Drift. He's got 4 of them.
Still
though.
got 3 of them I gotta worry about. This isn't exactly going well.
Drift, that brings us to you. Walter has messed you up, and he's actually moved past you. So let me just
Please don't die.
let me just adjust.
You're one of my
where
favorite characters.
he is.
Please do not die.
I'm gonna die.
And also for Rin, I'll do this slightly off screen.
John, what are you doing, John?
Fine.
All right, Drift, your turn.
So where did he go? He passed. He went through me.
He's like next to you now. Yeah, he just brought a sword across you and swam slightly to your right.
Okay, just because I'm getting a little nervous, I'm gonna quickly scream out like, "Red, Hero 19!"
Nothing.
And then I'm just gonna like sort of just grasp onto my sword now that's out and just and like swim through and go for another big stab
Alrighty.
on the boy with my shadow sword. Please don't. 17.
17
Wait,
is
this-
a hit.
Let's go.
Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
7 damage.
7 damage dealt. Bringing that down to that. Yeah, you just run him through. You see him kind of like snarl and move backwards. He looks down. You see blood pour out from a wound in front of him, and it knocks the smile off of his face.
I remember doing that.
He brings his sword back up again. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna let him come at me.
Sure.
I have things waiting for him.
Yeah. All right. He says, I made quick work of your friends, and now it's time for you to die, as he brings his sword back and swings it at you with another 23.
What?
Soz, pal.
Kapow! Kapow!
That
I'm
is-
frozen. You're half dead. We're all dead.
That is going to hit you for 6 necrotic damage. Is what he
Okay,
is
as
dealing
he
with
does
this
that,
sword.
can I use with the reaction? Can I use hellish rebuke? Can I point a finger at him and hellish rebuke his ass?
Yes, you can. It's precisely what it is used for. You still take the damage though.
Yep, absolutely. Do I have to cast that? Sorry.
Yeah, because there's some damage there.
Okay,
I believe it's a 3d10.
I got it. 2d10 fire.
It should be a 3d10 fire at level 4. I
Okay,
think.
cool.
Hold on.
I'm just putting it in. Input value 4.
Yeah, but it doesn't track it for when you're like a tiefling, because tieflings get a bonus. It's once per day, but you get
Let's do it.
some bullshit.
So what would I roll for that?
Wait, what does he get? I didn't know that either.
So he's got where is it?
He doesn't just get a basic hellish rebuke?
Infernal Legacy. It counts as a level 2 spell.
Oh, okay. So it's a 3d10, yeah. Just roll me 3d10.
Awesome. 15.
15. Yeah, he probably stabs you. I think this is enough damage that he just runs you through again. He
I'm
has
hurt.
like
I'm hurt.
where you have a shadow longsword, he has a shadow like rapier, so the point end just goes in, sticking with the pointy end. You feel that thing it hits something inside your body, and yeah, probably like runs you through your liver or something. Then you pull up this energy. Roll me a d20 while we're in here, and you're doing this.
9.
9. Okay. Yeah, you how does this look? What do you do?
I think
I've never
I'm
seen you
just
do
like,
a hellish rebuke, so
yeah, I think for me this is sort of like one of those things when I'm so angry, I just like start like kind of seizing up, and like you see my whole body just start to shake, and like just with the point of a finger, as cheesy as it sounds, all that energy flies out and hits into him and
Yeah,
starts
and
making his body convulse and shake in different parts.
you
of his
see
body.
him. Well, it's fire damage that you have to deal here, so you just launch probably a flame. Like he probably just immolates. Just you just see him just the fire takes him immediately and just burns him away. You see his whole body reduced to nothing, and he's just he's gone. He is dead.
Let's go! If they never die.
Bringing us
I should really not say that.
back to Rin and Black Hand over here. So, what do you want to
I
do?
assume he's like trying to choke me in this grapple, right?
I feel like he's probably like he's run you through with this thing and he's grabbed you around the throat. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
and
of course he
He's
is.
got you. He's got you grappled.
Okay, I'm gonna try to escape this.
Sure. Roll me your. It's not a dex save.
I think it is.
Or is it?
For what?
I mean, it might be the same
To
roll,
escape?
but I think it's an acrobatics
Oh,
or an athletics check you need to
Acrobatics.
roll.
Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, acrobatics is a dex-based move, so whatever your bonus is.
It
or
might
your
be the
proficient
same,
in
but you
acrobatics.
probably have bonuses on dex save as a monk. I can't remember.
Yeah. I also think because of the last thing I just did, I have a bonus. Hold on.
For a dodge? No, you don't.
I'm
No,
pretty
all
sure.
that is a new round,
No,
so your dodge
you
isn't
don't.
even
Okay, I trust you.
on.
Dodge is just for this round. It's just an advantage or disadvantage. It gets disadvantage if you're still dodging. So the black hand's going second, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay.
So just an acrobatics check.
19.
Yeah, you snap free of his grip however you wish.
Okay. So he's choking me, so I assume I just like I'm gonna grab his hand and then I'm just gonna pull it away with my own hand.
Yeah, twist it
and
off.
then I'm gonna fucking bail. How far away is that light?
Um,
Below me?
I don't think you can tell because in this situation where it's just blackness around you, it could be an LED that's 10 feet away, or it could be a big light that's 100 feet away. But it's down below, that's for sure.
Oh God. Okay.
Make it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna spend a key point, and I will go ahead and I will dash, so that my distance is doubled, and I'm gonna head for
Okay.
that light.
Which is 60 feet. Yeah? 'Cause you're swimming.
Yes.
Okay, so you just break free of him and then just start swimming downwards. You see him kind of bring that halberd up, and he's gonna try and throw it at you as he swims after you too.
It's a cool visual.
As you swim downwards, he brings this thing up and launches it downwards. And I think it probably the throw is good from him. He just launches it downwards, but you just see it go past you. And it goes off downwards into the darkness, and it isn't illuminated by that light below you. It just goes into the darkness and is gone. You hear him shout behind you, "You can't run!" And he's taking chase after you, but he's used an action, so he's still 30 feet above. Give me a perception check.
Oh my God. Okay. Fucking 6.
The light.
That's a natural fail.
That is a 1. Yeah. You have no idea how far away this light is. You're too panicked. This fucking halberd launches past you. He's screaming at you, and you can hear him and shit, and it's just awful. But you're swimming downwards, and that brings us to 19. Your turn.
We're all.
Sorry, what? Oh, you are stunned. Yeah, fuck. Damn. Oh, damn. I forgot. You need to roll me a con save, please.
10.
A 10 is not enough. You remain stunned.
Okay.
You hear, because you can hear, the voice of Telchul. For the rest of us, he swims upwards above you, and then kind of you are unable to move. Just this big floating piece of armor with a greatsword barely held in between loose fingers, as this form swims up above you and says, oh dear, it looks like our little contest comes to an end, and I'm the winner. 'Cause I always win.
Only you could fight me fair, not like only in place.
Yeah.
Weird you fighting fair.
If only he could fight you fair. He's going to attack you with an advantage. That is also, I think, because you are out of it. He get no, yeah. He gonna hit you. Where is it? There we are. You take 5 piercing damage from a dagger and 4 poison damage.
Okay.
Oh, but you're not poisoned. Also, you feel a lot of pain. Way more than you should. Way more than you have done. It's like when you get burned. It feels like that. As he drives this thing in, and it hits your armor and just bends it back and sinks into your armor as if your armor were human flesh. When he pulls it out, wisps of white and green energy follow it outwards as he brings it up to stab you again. On the next turn, jumping over again to the assassins.
Oh my God, dude, this.
3 of them remain.
Tense.
They go first.
Don't forget to kill one in the turn order.
I think I killed the wrong one. Yes, I did. Doesn't matter. They're all on the same thing. All right, 3 of them are going to attack you. 2 hits. You say your thing was 13?
Correct.
Which is 5 piercing on one, 3 piercing on the other. There's 2 more daggers just Caligula at you. Blah, blah. Probably the same guy that got you on the last turn, and then the other one behind you deals the 5 as the one in front of you swings wild, and you kind of avoid that one after bringing the dagger out from the one in front of you's head. And then it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself again as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There we go. That's better.
Yes.
What was it?
Good roll. 9.
Let's see it. 9. Okay.
And I'm gonna sort of like spin to the closest one again and use my dagger, and I say, "You're not real. You are not real. She would never follow me down here." 23
Dude.
23 is a hit.
for 4 piercing damage.
Oh.
It's 5, huh?
Which one are you hitting? Which one did you hit, sorry?
I guess the orange one.
Okay.
It's 5.
Yeah, I feel like you probably just bring this thing like towards his head and he barely avoids it. And you probably like open up like a bad wound in his throat. He brings his hand up to his throat, but he's still alive, wide-eyed. Give me a persuasion or an intimidation check. Just to give me a charisma-based thing, and you're pretty good at those, I think. So
it's a 19.
A 19. One of them behind you says, "Oh, Iridia, you're closer to home than you think. She'd follow you here. She'd follow you anywhere." As they begin to bring their daggers up to stab at you again. Drift.
Yeah.
We skip your turn and come back to Rin.
Oh, can I proceed? Okay.
Rin, you are swimming.
Yes. Does it look like it's getting closer?
Well, your perception check at the end of your last turn was for that.
Right,
and
okay. So I can't tell.
You can't
Okay.
really tell without, like... I'll give you another one at the end of this turn if you... depending on what you do. Really, you're just in the first second after you already don't really know what's going on because you're panic swimming downwards.
Yeah, I'm panic swimming. I'll use another key point and do another dash.
Sure. After about another 40 feet, maybe you glance backwards and you notice that Black Hand is swimming after you. He's definitely swimming downwards. He's kind of like doing this. He doesn't have the halberd anymore, but he's coming after you with a very aggressive looking look on his face. You swim towards that light, and you swim and you swim and you swim. Before you reach the full 60 feet, it suddenly opens up. It is a perfect square in front of you of white light, and as you swim up towards it, you see your own reflection swimming straight at this kind of just light in the middle of nowhere that really doesn't cast much of an illumination. It opens up and you see your own reflection swimming towards this light here. You still have 20 feet of movement. You're at 40 feet as you get it. Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
What happens when I touch it?
You see your own hand reaching out, and your hand goes through the light.
Can I switch with that person?
I don't know.
Get
Can
fucked,
you?
Rin. Can I pull the other one through and switch?
Is that what you want to do? You want to wait for him?
Yeah, can I go through it? I want to know if I can go through this light.
You want to swim all the way in?
Yeah.
Okay. Rin goes through the mirror, and that's where we're going to go to a break.
Oh! What?
We'll see you guys.
You say go through the mirror?
We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Went through?
Thanks for watching, everybody.
It's already been an hour and a half?
It's been an hour and a half since I hit start streaming. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit up our Discord where everyone's been talking about what this whole place is and what I'm going to do to them and what's going to be down here. We'll find out what's going to happen next after this short break. Peace out.
I think Rin just got wrecked.
welcome
I
back.
am so fucked.
No, you're not. You're gonna be fine.
Positive John. Lovely positive John. All right, that brings us to 19.
It's you, Daddy Tesla.
After Rin goes through the mirror. 19. Give me a con
19
save.
on a con save.
Bam! You break
Wow,
free of it,
boom.
but that was the end of your turn as this guy brings that fucking dagger down, and he is going to stab at you again. Wow. Yeah, you probably break 3. Oh no, he had advantage. That's a hit. What's your AC?
14.
Wrong dice. You feel this dagger blah, gets you in the stomach again as you break free of the thing. It deals 5 piercing damage and
What?
5 poison damage. Another puncture wound. Bam! And then again, as he pulls it out, you see that green and white energy pour out from you like blood and wisp away from you as he draws the thing back. You don't actually really see any of this. You kind of feel it. You see the energy pour out of your body. That is the end of your turn. He's laughing. He's just laughing at you, dude. He's loving this. The assassins bring their weapons to Iridir Chan. So that is a wow. I don't think I've ever rolled that many dice before. I mean, like I rolled 3 16s in a row, which is really weird. And your AC is 13, right?
Correct.
Everyone's hitting him?
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 10 piercing damage from all 3 attacks.
So
So
30.
each one is 10.
Huh?
Or is it
total,
10
total.
damage?
4, 4, and 2 piercing damage from each of the 3 daggers that are hitting you.
You think you thought what
So
I
it's
thought?
30 damage.
Huh?
30 damage?
No.
No. In
that's
total, it's 10.
Separate person.
Okay.
Total.
Yeah, no.
Sweet
Each
Lord,
one was,
thank God we were
it was a
both
4
wrong,
piercing
Whack.
damage. One dagger got you for 4 piercing damage. One got you for 4 piercing damage. One got you for 2 piercing damage. As they all bring these daggers in, and it's just another Caligula moment as all these guys hit you.
Are you
stabbing
okay? Are you up?
Panic attacks via
up.
fucking D&D.
Oh my god.
He's been healing himself, remember?
Yeah, I know. I'm watching his health on the stream.
So, oh yeah, you can.
I didn't know if he took it off already or not.
It's your turn.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna healing word myself again. Damn it, minimum. That's a 6. And I'm gonna strike at the one that I just hit before with the
Okay.
dagger. And I will say, why does she hunt me so? Why? Why won't she just tell me? And I'm going to try and hit the same guy that I heard before. Hopefully,
What?
it's a 12, unfortunately.
A 12 is not a hit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
19, Telchel.
The first thing I am planning to do with myself is cast a beautiful healing word on myself, which I
Okay.
will do right now, which
Yes.
gives me a total of 8 healing. I have
healing.
reduced myself to 2. Now I'm back to 10.
Very nice.
I don't like this new 19 voice.
We're going to go from 10, and we are going to look at where the light is shining. Can we still see the light flickering?
You can.
Good. We are going to 100% use our action as a dash and run to that light.
Okay, yeah, you swim. You start swimming downwards, and you only have 30 feet of swimming.
But I use my
and
dash
then,
for
I'm just
the
adding it up.
thing.
So you go 60 feet.
What is?
Because this is
panicking
how
'cause
I
he's
keep myself happy in
freaking out.
sad moments.
And you swim down. Behind you, Telchul
This is 1900 water.
is. He is. What is he gonna do? He's gonna
Nothing.
swim after you. He's gonna swim after you. He just beats it. Just, whoom, you just go. When he's coming down after you. He's still behind you. He's like right next to you, behind you. But he doesn't hit you or anything. But he swims 60 feet as well. He's just coming after you, and he's cackling, laughing. Craven! And he brings up his dagger, trying to swipe at your feet as you swim away.
That would be the
Hero.
end of my turn, Brad.
Dear, yes, my dear Eero dear, it is.
As much as I want to, I get to go before the assassins.
No, it's not. I just mean I'm coming around to your part of the map. Wow, that's 2 1s and a 17.
Good. Better than 2 17s and a 1.
The 2 1s hit the 1. Got to 17.
All right, the first one, the guy, we'll say it's the guy with the orange marker on him. He stabs at you, and you can grab his arm and make a reactionary attack if you would like against him.
Definitely, yeah. I'm gonna attack with my dagger. 16.
That's a hit.
Dead, dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's
4
dead.
piercing.
Yeah, he was the one that was bleeding, and probably the reason he sucked with his attack. And you grab his arm, you grab his wrist, and just stab him in the chest, and he just starts to float away as well as you kill this one. The other one that failed, he misses you. He also takes 1 point of exhaustion. So there's that. And he is dead. And then the other one does hit you, dealing a grand total of maximum damage, 5 piercing damage to you. Then it is your turn.
Oh my.
Fuck.
Heard that. Fucking heard that.
All right. I gotta do it. I have to. Motherfucker. I'm gonna use another healing word on myself.
Okay.
God, another minimum. Motherfucking bastard.
6 healing for Iridir.
All right, and yeah, I'm just gonna strike at another one with the dagger.
Okay.
I don't really have a lot of great choices because I didn't see what they saw. I didn't see any of the mirror. I didn't see anything. The only thing I can see are these guys. I can't just pick a direction and start swimming. So I'm just gonna try and attack one.
Okay.
It's a 14.
14 is a miss. You swing at him. He kind of swims backwards. It's over, Iridir. 19.
The only thing that's over is the charade.
They laugh at you. You're done. You're cooked.
It seems as though it's my turn again.
It is
I
your
would
turn.
love
You swim
to
towards that
cast
line.
another healing word on myself, as much
Okay.
as that sucks, because me and Whack understand each other. So I'm going to cast that healing word. Shabam! 5 more points of healing on myself.
Healing.
These
Great.
minimums on these heals, man.
They're
Fucking A.
just so wonderful, aren't they? I will continue to look towards the light and swim as fast as I can towards it. How much farther is this light away from me?
40 feet of your 60 feet of movement if you do the dash again.
I would like to use my dash to get to this flying, slashing, alien light.
Alien light. You approach the alien light, and as you get within 40 feet of it, a couple of feet or so, it starts to widen dramatically in front of you, and it turns into a huge square of just kind of white light. As soon as you can see it, you can see yourself swimming towards it as well, like a reflection of you doing exactly what you're doing, swimming at it.
So I would recognize that this is a mirror.
You'd recognize that it's a reflection, at least.
There is a moment of time. There's a moment of time where 19 looks back at Telchul chasing him and looks forward at the mirror, and you see like zoom into his eyes and into his brain, and it goes back to that moment they were in the tavern. And he's in the tavern, and it's like the music stops, everything stops, and just looking. He's just staring at the halfling that told him not to go into the mirror, and all you see is you remember the moment in Sandlot when he goes forever. It's that moment, but it's go into the mirror. And mirror just keeps echoing and echoing and echoing. And he turns back and he looks at Telchul again real quick. And he turns back towards the mirror. He turns back to Telchul, and he takes his sword that he's had in his hand this entire time. And he looks down at nothing. And he steps into the mirror.
19 goes through the mirror.
What? Wait, what?
Magnus?
You just told that whole story.
This is Miro. Okay. Iridir. 2 attacks come your way. Wow. Okay. First natural 20.
No, no, no!
It's gonna do 8 piercing damage.
Stop!
Second natural 20.
You got 2 natural 20.
Gonna do 6 piercing damage.
It's a really good thing I healed.
You still up?
You were about to
really
not,
good
too.
thing I
You were
healed
about
because
to not.
I have 1 HP left.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Go,
but
buddy.
wait, there's more.
2 20s. Yeah, the 2 of these guys just blat, just 2 more fucking stabs, dude. You got puncture wounds all over. You're looking like a pincushion. There's blood everywhere as well, by the way,
Yeah,
from
I'm
them
just yelling
and you.
in frustration and anger, and I will cast my level 2 healing word.
Alrighty.
Brad,
The
please
well
let me
is-
help my friends.
The well
Please.
is tapped. That's an 11 heal.
An 11 heal. Nice.
And I will attack again with the dagger. Not much else I can do here. I can't see anything else. I'm just yelling.
Crit him.
Leave me alone! 14.
14 is a miss. Wild swings. These assassins are just bearing down on you. 1 attack. What is your AC?
13.
Miss. Second attack. Hit. Doesn't matter what it does, or... Oh, no, you healed. Yeah,
I healed.
you healed. This one does 4 piercing damage to you.
Oh, God, he's at 8.
It is your turn.
Again with the dagger.
Daggers at fucking dawn here. Just daggers and daggers.
Gotta kill him, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that.
I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, that's all I can do. That's a 7.
7 is a miss. 2 more attacks come your way. 1 is a hit. That is 3 piercing damage as another slice. It's just 3 people just swinging daggers at each other here.
It's a 13.
13 is a miss. 2 more slices come your way. 1 is a hit. That is a 5 piercing damage as 1 just
I'm down.
bad hit in the back. As soon as he
I'm
puts
down.
it into your back, you feel him grab you around your throat before you pass out, and he says, I told you we'd get you. As I said before, Queen Aina sends her regards. And he brings the dagger across Eero's throat, slitting his throat, opening a devastating wound, and a lot of blood pours out into the darkness of this
Can I
tunnel.
roll a history check for a glimmer of remembrance, Brad?
You can.
I thought you had more, you still had more HP.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. What would you
7.
like to remember?
Well, I was hoping I could remember the very important thing that I forgot, at least for a moment.
You do not remember it. Iridir takes no death saves. There is 4 assassins around him. Death saves are irrelevant at this point. Well, there's 2 assassins around him. And Drift, you are the only person who makes it out of this fight whole. You find yourself not surrounded by a complete darkness. You find yourself in another section of this cave. Pretty much as soon as you finish your fight,
Can I help him?
the darkness dissipates around you. You see a few things come to focus first. A couple of kind of weird streams of bubbles. This school of fish swims past in front of you. As you start to see things in your distance, you see your surroundings, which is basically a cave of sorts, but also a hallway. Above you is that hole, but it doesn't look anywhere near as wide as how it had funneled out at the end of the tunnel. It looks about as wide as it was when you first entered it, which was pretty wide. I can't remember the amount. You see that it kind of comes down and curves into a hallway. This kind of completely ruined hallway. There are natural walls, like a natural cave wall that's kind of intertwined again with the walls that are covered in archaic writings. There are these rooms and pillars and steps that are around that are broken and sunken, and this hallway stretches out before you. You don't see 19, you don't see Rin, but you do see the body of Iridir floating in front of you. There are no wounds on him, but he doesn't have the trinket. He looks pale.
Can I go?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to go to him, save him. I'm gonna save him.
Okay, you swim over to him.
Medicine check, whatever I need to do.
Give me a medicine check.
Eero? 9?
One thing you do know is that he's dead. You can see his body has been underwater for some time. He looks a little bloated. His stuff is still on him, but he's just sort of partially floating there, partially kind of sinking a little. I don't think you know what has happened here.
Can I like touch him? Can I make sure it's surreal? It's not an illusion or anything like that?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
It's a weird place. You don't feel right. There's these weird glyphs, but you feel like you came out of a dream. You feel more awake than you did a moment ago. You're alone. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where the others went. There's obviously some magic. Something's going on, but for all intents and purposes, everything around you looks real. It looks like you've come out of the bottom of this hole, and this is what you find here.
And there's nothing around me. I'm just in this weird cave with fucking my best friend dead, and my friends are gone, and I'm alone.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, you could swim ahead.
No, I'm not leaving. Can I bring the body? Like, what do I do? Do I just bring the body?
What do you want to do?
I'll bring the body, I guess.
Forwards or up?
Up for air. Maybe he'll live on the surface. I don't know. I don't want to go back in that hole that I was just dead on.
Well, upwards is the hole that you came down in. Ahead of you is where this hallway leads, but your dark vision doesn't allow you to see far enough down it that you know what's down there or where it leads, but it's a hallway.
Okay, I'll go down the hallway with him.
Sure. You head down this hallway into the sort of the temple true. You see it open up a little, and you can see some rooms start to appear, and there are these archaic glyphs and sparkles and things in the distance. You can go left, you can go right, but there doesn't appear to be like a way out directly at the end of this hallway as you're pulling this body along behind you and swimming forward.
I'm gonna yell. I'm just gonna scream like, Ren! 19, please! Heroes down! Do I hear anything?
We pan over to another scene. Jumping back a little, Rin, you swim into this light, into this mirror. As you do so, you swim immediately out of this sort of darkness and into a similar sort of area to where Drift came out into. Part cave, part sort of man-made structure with this archaic writing on it. Behind you is like a large, I guess it would look like a piece of glass that's just standing, thick glass that's standing maybe 35 feet across in a room that would look similar to a temple again. There are pillars that run down the further part of the room. As you come out, you can see that it opens up into a room that's raised. You're on a raised area where somebody might give a sermon or something like that. 3 plinths stand in front of you, and the room ends behind you, and you can see this mirror, this glass. And as you swim outwards and maybe glance back, you see yourself in the mirror still, not responding to your movements, staring at you and following your movements around.
So it doesn't mirror me, but it's still following where I'm going?
It's watching you as if it was someone else.
Oh, okay. Look, okay. Do I see the man that was chasing me?
You do not. You just see yourself.
And then the room is empty, right? There's nothing else in here? There's no exit?
There's plenty of exits, yeah. You find yourself in a room where, again, like it looks like you would be in like a large church underwater, but more kind of, it looks a little more, I would say the architecture would be inspired by something Greek looking, like ancient Athens looking, ancient Greek style. But it's very ruined by water and age. There is parts of it that are exposed and broken in, and you can see the natural cave beyond. There's, again, your dark vision doesn't allow you to see too far in here. It's pitch black, but you can see now that there are structures, and your dark vision immediately allows you to see the grays. And there's multiple exits. At the far end of the room, there's a very wide exit where maybe a door once stood in an archway that leads out into what looks like more natural kind of ground.
Okay. I take the cloth that's normally around my bracer off, and I want to see if is it reacting to anything in here?
No, it just looks the same as ever.
Okay. I'll head towards a door then. But
So-
I want to watch
Mm-hmm.
the mirror me
Yeah.
while I do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're floating around and you're having to kind of tread water a little bit, and you can see that the other version of you isn't doing that. They're just very still, but they're not standing on anything. Their feet are pointed downwards in a way that suggests that they're still kind of floating. But it's just you. Same thing you're wearing right now, same thing on. The only difference would be that you're not mirroring what you're doing. Your expression is just slack, just no expression at all, just following you around as you do your whatever you're doing, moving around.
Okay. Can I roll an Arcana? I want to see if I know anything about this, what's happening, this phenomena.
Yeah.
Fucking shit together. 14.
A 14. Something's not right. Whatever's going on here is for sure something probably going on in your head. You don't feel right. Things don't seem right. Coming out from that thing
My God.
felt like you were coming out of a dream. Are you okay?
Yes. Yeah.
It feels like you're waking up from a dream almost, and like what happened to you in there wasn't kind of real necessarily. That kind of feeling, like, oh, okay, that when you're in a dream it feels real, but once you wake up you're like, oh, how did I think that was real? That kind of sensation.
Okay.
You would imagine that maybe you're returned. It feels like you're in a more stable environment. You feel more grounded technically. What's going on with this mirror image you, which is just, and again, it's like a 30 foot by 30 foot square.
Okay.
And in there is just darkness and a version of you where you are, or in the center of it, just wherever you came out, watching you.
Okay. How does my tea work here?
Your tea?
Yeah. I mean, I usually have it on me. in my bag.
I mean, if you pull it out of your pack and expose your pack to
How
the
would it
water, it would work the same as you trying to drink tea underwater would.
Perfect. I just want to eat the leaves. I'm just going to put some leaves in my mouth and I'm going to suck on them.
You're just going to suck on the cold leaves?
Yeah. It's supposed to give me clarity of mind and remove any of that fucking toxin bullshit.
Okay.
Hopefully this is all a mind game and I wake up.
Mm,
Does anything happen when I do that? Might take a couple minutes probably.
yeah, you sit and chew on some leaves, and it's probably gross. They probably don't taste
Yeah,
good.
they're disgusting, but I don't care.
The leaves make you feel a little more clear of mind, like you've had a nice Red Bull or something.
But they don't fix this.
Doesn't seem to do any like
Okay.
impactful thing to whatever is happening here, or what the effects of coming through that mirror has done,
Okay.
or being in
I
the
guess
mirror
I'll
was. Okay, so you swim towards the exit.
Yeah, one of them. Is there anyone that looks like more ornate than the rest?
What do you mean, anyone?
Is there because you said there were multiple exits. Is there any exit that looks more ornate than the rest?
No, there are small exits. There are like where, if you imagine being in a large church or hallway where there are smaller exits, there are 3 smaller exits that look like small archways. Maybe there were doors there at one point, but you're looking at like ancient ruin type situation. And then a large archway at the front. Ornate-wise, nothing in here is really ornate. It's got that, you know, that weird like undersea erosion thing going on. That there's really no detail to anything here, though you do notice that the twinkle on the parts of this that aren't exposed to natural cavern, the twinkle of those glyphs will every now and then kind of light up an area, and it covers everything that's man-made in here. But no, there isn't really anything that I would say stands out as more ornate necessarily. There are 3 plinths as well, like exact plinths, like the ones that you saw coming in that you activated.
Ooh, yeah, I want to activate those. Holy shit, yes. I'll walk up to those suckers with my bracer. What happens?
What do you do precisely?
What did I do last time to activate them?
I think you just touched it.
Yeah.
You touch your bracer to the plinth.
Yeah.
No reaction. Nothing changes. The plinth doesn't light up like it did before. The form of you in the mirror remains for about 5 seconds.
Okay.
And that is when 19 comes through. Next to 19, or next to you, next to Rin, 19, you come swimming through that thing as if you just went through it. You swim out of it, and you're just in this room, and you swim a few feet. You maybe glance at Rin, you look back, and Rin, you also see 19, a version of him standing there, staring out at 19. 19, you see a version of Rin in the mirror, and you see a Rin out here standing over one of these, or floating over one of these plinths.
Oh, goodness gracious. Where are the other 2 at? Where are the other 2?
I don't know. We got separated.
I was holding the hero's hand, and next thing I know, Teltro blood grip was in front of me.
Yeah, I had a similar experience. Someone who couldn't
Teltro?
possibly be here. Well, not Teltro, but someone who couldn't possibly be here.
Where the fuck is this room?
I have no idea, but I couldn't activate anything with my bracer.
Give me a quick synopsis again of what the room looked like, Brad. The end of it. I got most of it. Just what there's where we're standing, the little thing she's looking at, and then what's beyond that.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put you all in the room.
Oh God.
So you
Right,
can
this has
see
turned
it.
into a movie.
I don't know who can see this right now.
See it?
I can see it.
Can you 2 see it, Whack John? Can you see anything on your screen?
I can't see anything. I'm dead.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm trying to hold it together here.
I just mean, can you see? All right, I'll give you access to these tokens.
I can see.
This looks like the room.
You can see? Oh.
Looks like the room we were in when we came to the bottom with the little lights that came up. These look like those.
Yeah, but the pillars don't activate.
Well, what do you remember? Didn't you see? We saw the people. What did the people do? They did something. They went to a pillar, or they did something. It was a little one that told me not to go through. He turns it back to the mirror and he goes, Amir. Told me not to go through Amir. Remember when we were in the tavern? Remember?
Yeah.
Remember when I told you I saw that little halfling, right? Remember?
Yet the same halfling that was...
Yes, the same halfling that told me not to go through the mirror. And I just went through a fucking mirror. But everything seems fine in here.
Mirror. Is this different? The same but different. So maybe our bracers won't activate these pillars because these aren't actually... This isn't the same place.
Can I do a perception check? Is it dark in here?
You can't see anything, but the form of you in that mirror floating up and down, you can see, no matter where you go in this room. Again, treat everything, unless I say you can see, as if you can't see it.
Complete and utter fucking darkness.
You will probably be able to see every now and then a twinkle of light that gives away a little idea of where the walls are, but it's fucking hard to work
I still
out.
can't see anything. Okay, I can see the pillar in front of me because it's right in front of me, obviously. I can feel it. It seems and appears a lot like the ones out there. What goes on farther? Can you see farther down?
And he's kind of like directing. He can't see where he's pointing, but he's just pointing straight.
Not really. I can't unless I walk down that way, but do you have any magics or anything that can light anything?
Not at the moment, I don't.
Also, can I see Rin's version of her in the mirror?
Yeah. Her version is looking at her, and your version is looking at you, regardless.
Do you see... He turns around. Do you see this? Us?
Yes. They're just looking at us.
Yes, what does that mean?
Though that one's not injured.
Oh, you guys are not injured. Sorry.
What?
I completely forgot to tell you that you are at full HP, but... Well, your HP is restored, and your spell slots are not, and that goes for you, John, Sandman, Drift, as well. You have no injuries on you whatsoever.
What the Oh, neither am I. What?
Hey, you look... Hold on, I
Go over to her. I just start feeling her.
Yeah, I was
I was
stabbed.
going to say,
What are you doing?
just making sure you're all right. Do you need anything?
No, I think I'm okay.
Well, what...
19 steps back a little bit, and he shamefully puts his hand out.
Maybe you should take my hand and we should walk a little farther ahead.
Okay.
But where are the rest of us? I'm a little worried about them.
I don't know. Should we really go in here without them?
Well, I mean, realistically, we've been spread apart before. We can wait a few minutes if you like.
But I mean, if this really is a different place.
Maybe they're already here.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe they are. Drift?
Just take
You're
my
up.
hand, would you?
Yeah.
I'm
I-
blind. I
take
barely
it.
see in front of myself. Later, I could see myself, though. It's weird. See myself, but can't see in front of myself.
Okay. I have you. I can see. We'll just go slow. Yeah,
The
just
large doors are directly south of you.
okay.
You start
So
swimming away?
as we go through here, what do the people do? When I back away, I want to look at my reflection person. What does
They
it do? Does
remain
it stay?
looking at you.
But they're not moving? They're just
They are
standing there
not.
looking at us.
Yeah.
Fucking freaks. Okay. So they don't swim away as we swim away.
No. You can
Okay.
still see them.
We're swimming in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still totally underwater,
you're
all
still
the
wet,
way up
okay.
to the ceiling.
Still wet. Just wanted to make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
I'm still wet.
You're still wet. You start swimming away.
What is this?
There is a shout from behind you as Iridir comes through the mirror. Iridir, your HP is restored. Your spell slots are not. When
See, that means one of two things. I don't like either of them.
when the dagger is drawn across your throat, you kind of wake up, like, you know when you like wake up from a dream where you're falling?
What was that noise? What was that?
You
I heard the
wake
sound.
up from a dream where you're falling, and in front of you is you, staring at you, next to Rin, next to 19, in this weird force wall thing, this weird mirror, and you come out of this thing, grabbing at yourself, feeling your throat. You're fine. No wounds.
Oh, are you all right?
Hero! Where's Drift?
Who are you? Are you more? Are you more of them?
It's me 19, you fool! Rin's with me too. Where's Drift? What? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
All right, well, where's Drift?
I don't know!
Why are you so emotional? What happened to you? You look pale as a ghost. I can't.
Went back.
I'm rubbing my throat. I thought I was just killed. I could feel the dagger across my neck.
What do you mean, a dagger across your neck?
I reach out and I touch your arm. It's okay. It's mind games. I'm not hurt. I thought I was stabbed in the gut, and I'm fine now. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah, don't turn around, hero, whatever you do.
what? Why?
What are you talking about?
Well,
There's
look.
you.
I point behind you.
I look over my shoulder.
There is the three of you. All three of you, please roll me a D100.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck, what is going on?
42,
400.
93.
the greatest number in all of existence.
51.
Okay. 42 for Iridir.
93
Better
points.
really
Roll me a
come
D4.
back to life and be okay.
Iro, roll me a D4.
4.
4. Your confidence has been permanently shaken. You have, for whatever, however you want to play it out, whatever you want to do. A suggested thing is that you develop a stammer, which I don't suggest, but there you go. You reduce your persuasion, deception, intimidation, and performance rolls by 1.
Fuck! Oh my god!
What are the odds of that? First of all,
1 out of 100.
well, you had to roll
God, for a
a
bard.
100 and a D4 though, and you're the bard that got that one.
But is he
19,
lying? Like,
93. Your spirit has been broken. No, it hasn't. The madness that you are experiencing has caused you to lose the edge of many things that you are highly trained in. Reduce your proficiency bonus by 1. Remember this. I don't know how we do this on the sheet, but that sucks. Rin.
No, really.
Fuck me up.
51 is roll me a D2.
2.
2. This madness that you're experiencing has distorted your perception of reality. You are now constantly hearing things. You have disadvantage on all perception rolls that rely on sound.
oh my god!
So add those wherever you want on your character sheet. I'll send them to you in a bit if you want, so you can write it down.
Please, we gotta remember these.
I don't know.
It was all the cha based stuff for me, right, Brad?
Yeah, pretty much. Persuasion, deception, intimidation, performance. Perception that relies on sound for you is disadvantage forever, and you will now forever hear things.
Okay.
Probably fucked up things. And
Do I have... Are you going to do that for me, or would you like me to figure that out? Like what I'm hearing when I'm hearing it.
I think you can figure it out.
Sounds good.
And yeah, 19. I don't know how we change. I don't know if we can change your proficiency on the sheet. We might be able to in a minute. We'll work it out. So
There's modifiers on the.
there's probably a way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, can you still see a sheet? Can you have a look for me? The 3 of you feel fucked up from that.
You never
for
read
sure.
mine out.
Huh? Yeah, I did. Yours is the
Permanent proficiency?
Your proficiency bonus is reduced by 1.
Just all of them?
It sucks.
So fucking bad.
So bad.
Every single one of my proficiencies is just...
Your proficiency bonus. No.
That's the worst out of all of ours, Tiger.
Proficiency bonus, right?
I thought that was all for Rin, and I was like, fuck, but that one's for me.
No. That's yours. Top left. Your proficiency bonus is only 2. Proficiency bonus is added to everything you roll if you're proficient in it. All of those skills, all of your attacks, everything that you're proficient with has now been reduced by 1.
I can change that, can't I?
Sucks. I think, the sheet will do it for you if we can do it. I think Wank's going to have a look. It super sucks for you, but frankly, out of everyone, you were the only one who was told not to go through the mirror and did. You did not heed the warning. So, although that was a completely random thing.
Sometimes warnings are false. So.
That's true. But it was a helpful warning. Eero failed, basically. And Rin didn't know. So I think they're relatively fitting, even though one of them sucks ass.
They all kind of suck ass, let's be real.
They all suck ass. But I'd most like to have yours if I was playing. The 3 of you suddenly hear noises coming from further down or away.
Shh.
And it is muffled. Underwater muffled. Sounds like shouting. Give me perception checks. This relies on hearing, ironically enough. So disadvantage from Rin.
It's an 8 for me.
It also relies on hearing for 19.
Cut my fucking ears off. Oops. Well, that's...
Do I just minus a 1 for now from anything I roll?
If you're proficient in it, if you have the check mark next to it, Tiger, you have to minus a 1 from it.
13.
Yeah. I might be able to get someone to hack in and fix this.
Okay, so I got a 15 then.
15 for you, and a 12 for Rin, and an 8 from Iridir. Iridir, you can't make out what this is, but you hear it. Rin and 19, Drift, is shouting from further away out of this main doors.
19! Eero!
You can hear it, but it's that underwater distance kind of, it's still affecting the...
That fucking Drift yelling.
Which direction does it sound like he's yelling from?
So I didn't hear it, or I did hear it?
South
Sorry.
of you. You did hear it, yeah. You guys can make out that it's Drift. Everyone can hear the shouting.
Oh.
If I know which direction it's coming from, I, like, with her hand in my hand, I start pulling her towards that direction.
Sure.
Like, swimming towards it.
Swimming?
If I know which direction it's in.
You do. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, then I start going that direction, and I take her with me.
I'm trying to
Which
work out where
direction
this
is it?
thing is, but I...
Okay.
Basically, head south out of this room. And, you start swimming. Do you just start swimming towards it as fast as you can? Because I'll let you do that kind of thing. If that's what you guys want to do. I can take your hand as the DM.
I'm going to say, it might be them. It might be them.
Who? I stop. Who?
The assassins.
Assassins?
Assassins.
Great, can't see shit, and there's assassins in here? What about Telchel? Did he get through with you too?
No.
Telchel's here too?
No.
I don't think it was really... Hold on a second.
And he kind of like has a flashback to when he was fighting Telchel.
Well, take me to Eero, would you please? Where is... I can't see him.
I guide you back to Eero.
I grab Eero's hand. Are you shaking?
Yeah.
I can tell he's shaking.
Eero, whatever that was out there was not real. And I turn back towards the mirror and I point to it. I came through the mirror and I was fighting Telchel. He stunned me. I couldn't move. But before he could do any of that, I detected magic. And whatever that was in front of me was an illusion and a conjuration. So I feel like whatever was in front of you was also an illusion and a conjuration. We need to get to our grips. I feel weird. Something doesn't feel right. I feel weaker. And I'm not quite sure why. but I was told to not go through the mirror, so maybe I made a huge mistake. You gotta get your grips.
Drift.
Do I hear that?
I'm still a bit reticent for sure. Like I'm a bit wary and I don't know. Like I'm obviously worried about Drift. Like I'm trying to look around, kind of frantic and just Drift. Drift.
Drift, give me a perception check.
Oh my god, please. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, please. 14?
14, yeah, you can hear them, and it's coming from further down the hallway that you're in.
Can I hear Eero though? Can I hear Eero?
Yeah.
Are you really? With
Yeah.
his body's still in front of me?
You're still holding on to it, yeah.
Guys!
There it
Guys!
is again.
What direction? What direction,
Can we
Brad?
hear him?
Ahead of you, maybe towards your left as you're coming down this hallway.
I'm booking it there.
All right, you guys can hear him. Are
Swimming
you,
with
are you
Eero's
heading
body,
towards him
keeping Eero's
too?
body though.
Yeah. Okay, you dragging it behind you.
Yeah, I don't. Cause I guess, yeah.
Okay. And the three of you heading towards him.
I think we should go. I hear him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Eero, take my hand.
I'm holding his hand, but I'm obviously messed up. Like something's wrong with me, and I'm still shaking, and I'm kind of like looking around, like all frantic. I'm checking everything, and my head's sort of on a swivel right now.
Rin.
I'll take your other hand.
I definitely like shake like as soon as you
okay.
grab my hand.
We don't leave friends behind, remember?
No.
We're gonna be fine.
No, we don't.
And the three of you start moving towards the doorway. Heading out of this again, you're swimming through just a sunken, massive structure. The way this room is set out looks very similar to a kind of temple, with these pillars that run up the sides. There are rooms that are on top of levels, and then two rooms that are on lower levels. As you approach the larger doorway, you can see that they lead into what look like empty rooms, and then you swim outwards into the open cavern here, and it reaches up much higher now. As soon as you come outside, you see that this it goes up so high that it's just blackness. It would look like a nighttime, like a sky kind of thing, but it's a cavern. And you come out into what is essentially kind of an underwater courtyard. You swim over towards this bowl thing. Drift, you're in another room. You're swimming past another set of rooms. There's all these rooms that you're swimming past, and they're like little sunken houses, kinda. Little rooms with little, like, well, I say houses, that's the wrong word. They're more like rooms, but some are large, some are small. You're moving past all these separate areas, and the area that you're in has a lot more natural cavern kind of encroaching on the walls. A lot of them are run down. There are areas where there are windows and you can see into these emptied rooms. You head down this hallway and it opens up a little more, and you can see an area which looks similar to the courtyard that they're in, but they're not there. You can see some pillars that are broken, that are holding up like an outside structure. It looks like this was an outside. This would on the surface it would look like a like an area that you might go and have dinner and outside. You know, like a big kind of. So hard to describe these things without saying exactly what it is. At the center of the area ahead of you is one of those plinths that you saw at the top that you touched the bracer to and lit up.
I see that.
Yeah, and you start swimming.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out one more time. Just the normal. 19. Are you
guys
there?
can hear him. You can hear him a lot closer now.
Rin.
Drift?
Rin,
guys
can I
keep-
hear her back? Can I hear her back?
Keep swimming down here. I'm gonna bring you guys together if you want, because you're close enough that you can. You guys swim out of what is a natural courtyard and towards a natural cavern. Although through the other side of the cavern is for sure where Drift's voice is coming from if you want to continue heading towards it.
I need you guys! Eero's dead! But I heard Eero, what is happening?
What did you just say?
Just said Eero's dead.
Must have saw it too. Maybe we're all dead.
Oh, you're right here.
Don't say that. I'm not dead. No one's killing me yet.
Yeah, I didn't die. I ran away.
What the hell's going on?
Drift, we're over here!
Come to me, please!
You want to
I'm
continue
freaking
swimming?
out, dude. I am gone. I
So
am gone.
probably by the time you guys see each other, it would be in this hallway. You guys swim through that natural cavern. Drift, you swim past the area where you can see that plinth with this outdoor structure inside this huge cavern with the pillars that sit and run along beside all these rooms and this huge natural underwater cavern with all these eroded walls. You guys swim through a small natural cavern and it's pretty thin. You come through and you see Drift as you move into a room. And it is a room. It's like an underground room like the one you just came out of. The wall is crumbled in, part of the ceiling is crumbled in, and you can see a hallway. At the other end of the hallway is Drift. Oh. There he is.
Drift?
Drift has behind him the body of Iridir. The bloated, untrinketed form that would be a carbon copy. Like
I
Iridir
can't
is
see
being
him. Is he
underwater.
there?
You can see them too, Drift. Dark visioners can see each other.
Great. I'm gonna go to them.
Yeah? You move your characters.
I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna leave the body right here because they can see it, right?
You meet in this
Is that
hallway.
me? Is that me?
Yeah, I'm gonna meet him in the hallway.
What are you all talking about? I can't see a fucking thing.
Eero, it's okay. It's just mind games. It's just mind games, remember?
What is just mind games? What do you see? What is going on?
It's
It's just mind games.
it's me. It's dragging me.
It's not real.
He's dragging you. I cannot see anything. God damn it. Drift!
Can I see them right in front of me?
Yeah. You guys are all in the same hallway.
I'm giving Eero the biggest hug I've ever given
Big
anyone in my life.
watery hug. Yeah, you guys swim forward towards each other and grab each other.
I can
I-
feel him.
I
I
actually-
can fucking feel him.
I actually don't swim towards him. I'm like a bit reticent. Like as he like goes to hug me, I'm like shaking and like
I don't care. I don't fucking care. I can feel him.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I saw you die. You're dead. Your body's there. I thought you were dead, but you're not dead, and this is awesome.
What
felt it.
happening? What the fuck? What do you mean you saw him dead? What? Where in the fuck are we?
I give him one more big hug, and I go grab the body to show 19. I guess I bring it closer.
I swim away.
Yeah. I do it very slowly, and I bring 19. Sorry, I bring 19. I'm like 19, come here. Or I hold his hand, and I bring him over to Eero.
Okay.
I can't see it.
You cannot see it, but there is just an actual floating corpse of Iridir that
And
he
I
brings you
just
to.
tell him.
Does it have a bracer?
It does have a bracer.
Does Eero have a bracer?
Eero does have a bracer.
Okay.
It's like a carbon copy, but there's no trinket on this one.
There's no way. This is all in our mind. I'm telling you, all three of you, listen to me. Just for 2 seconds, listen to me. When I was out there, I could detect what kind of magic was going on. This has got to be more magic. As Rin said, this is in our heads, and you can't let it get to you. I'm not letting it get to me. Not a chance. This isn't Eero's dead body. This is a figment of our imagination. We have to figure out what we're doing here. We can't just continue to sit here. I understand we're all emotional, but the more emotional we get, the more it gets to our heads. We've got to move.
What? Did you hear that?
Or do what?
What the fuck was that?
What are you talking about?
You didn't hear that? Shh.
Probably more mind games.
No, no, no.
Okay. Hero, you're okay, yeah?
Yes.
You're damn right you're all right. You're all right. And
We
you
should've
didn't hear anything. We're fine.
We should have never come down here.
You're right. But now we have to figure out what we're supposed to do down here.
The moment I saw him, I knew it was a bad idea.
I'm sorry. This is my fault.
It's not your
No,
fault.
it's not your fault.
I thought this would lead us to what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to find for Hasmal.
Hold on.
Speaking of
Somebody
which-
come take my hand again. All of us come together. Grab each other's hands. Come get me. We must go back to the mirror.
We should just
To the mirror? Okay, I
go back.
grab.
We should
See if
just-
Griff can
we
see
should just get
himself.
out of here.
We should leave.
I think we should leave.
We haven't come here to get what we need to get, though, have we? If we leave, we'll just have to come back.
We're not even at the. Who even knows where we are, 19?
You're right. And how do you know how we get out of here?
Just back the way we came.
Through the mirror?
Yeah, through the.
I'm not going back through the mirror.
What mirror? What are you guys talking about?
Wait, you didn't go through. You didn't go to the light to get here. How did you get here?
Actually, I was in such a Brad. I'm sorry. I was in such a fucked up way. How did I get here again?
You swam down the hole that everyone swam down.
Okay, but it didn't look like a mirror to me, right?
No, you swam down the hole. It
Okay,
opened
great.
up into darkness. You fought with Walter the Red, and then you swam out at the bottom of the
Great.
hole, and then you
so
were
I'm
here.
Just, yeah, I just swam down here. There was the hole at the bottom.
Well, can we just go up?
Yeah, I mean that. If you guys want to get out of here, we can.
Hell yes, I want to get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
I don't hate to burst your bubble, but I don't think it's going to be that easy.
It has to be that easy.
It has to be that easy? None of this is easy. Eero thinks he died. You're hearing shit, I guess. Drift has no clue how he got here outside of swimming down, but we came through a mirror. The whole thing's fucked. What are we supposed to do? If we leave, what if we can't leave? What if we swim up and we just swim
We should
forever
at
into
least
nothing?
try.
To swim into, but what would, we came all the way down here. Whatever has happened to us has happened to us. We're just going to give up?
No, when?
I have an idea.
Back
I'm
down.
gonna
I don't want to be a slave anymore.
I'm gonna run back, Brad. Didn't you just say I saw one of those things that we put our bracer on up top?
Yeah, I'd imagine that actually anybody with dark vision can probably see it. It's
right there?
Yeah, it's right there. It's the same plinth as you guys saw at the top. It's the same as the 3 that you saw in the other room.
I'm gonna swim over to that and be like, come here, and just put my bracer on it and see if it activates anything like it did last.
Oh, I just tried that. It didn't work.
Yeah,
Okay.
it did work. From as soon as you touch your bracer to this, it lights up with that same rune that you saw at the top.
What?
A huge light suddenly fills the room for a moment as the top of this thing just activates. With a
If
big,
I saw that light, if
the
19
fuck?
can see that light, he goes
see it.
straight over to it.
you can, but you have to stay
is
right there
happening?
because
I'm
this
having
is
a panic
happening
attack.
in like
Was that
one.
red?
You can do that, but hold that thought because this is what's happening right now, and then you can react to it. The thing lights up because this is instant. It lights up. 19 starts swimming forward. So you guys, probably everyone but 19. Actually, 19, you'll be able to hear this, but not see it necessarily. From an area towards Drift's right, from here, this kind of area, there's a sudden rumbling. That light that is on the plinth that lights up the rune and creates the rune on top, and then the rune stays. Exactly the same thing has happened previously at the top. Activates, and there's a rumbling that comes from over here towards Drift's right. You each see, and now, like, in fact, I'll put you guys over here. If you swim, tell me who's swimming towards it, or anyone's doing what.
Towards what?
The plinth that's lighting up.
Pillar?
Oh,
yeah,
sure,
I-
swimming towards the punt that's lighting up.
Hero?
Because I can fucking see for the first time in like an hour and a half.
There's a dead body of Hero
I
floating at the end
definitely-
of the doorway.
Yeah, if that's where my dead body is, I'm not going anywhere near it.
Okay,
I'm
so I'll
gonna
leave
take
you
your
there.
hand and try to guide you towards everyone. It's okay. We should stick together. It's not real.
Rumbling.
What's that noise?
Real enough, it's floating.
It's not real.
You hear that noise?
The rune activates. Even though you're trying to pull Iridir back, I'm gonna say that you are over here, still trying to interact with him when the next thing happens. Drift, the rune activates and it lights up the room. As it dies down, you see a mirage, an image appear. One image is of the halfling, who is kind of ahead of you over here by the wall side of the room here, and he is floating. It's that same mirage, that kind of ethereal version of him, this little halfling, kind of green and white in color, barely there, like a ghost, like a spirit, and he's running his hand across the writings on the wall, when suddenly another figure appears to your right on the south side of the plinth, and it's the figure of Deathsinger, that the elf with his hair pulled back in a ponytail. Not the same one who just dealt with Rin, but the one that she was scared of originally, that you saw them swim into here. You see Deathsinger touch his hand to the plinth. The plinth activates in the same kind of way, ethereally, and then suddenly he spins around with his eyes widening, and this huge creature with a giant mouth and tentacles suddenly rushes towards him, and the vision ends. The rumbling on your right continues. There is a maelstrom of water as this huge swirling maelstrom of water starts to literally thunder towards you. It is activated here, and I'm gonna need some initiative at the beginning of next week's episode as you fight the thing which is rushing at you to try and kill you. But it is not over yet, because back in the mirror room there is more that continues. The 3 images that are in there of 19, of Rin, and of Eero continue to stare out of that mirror. This huge 30-foot glass, pane of glass, this strange mirror of just blackness and darkness. There is the large form of 19 staring in the direction where you guys went, just kind of like a doll. Face like Rin, face like Eero, staring in the direction where you guys went. From out of the darkness behind them, an enormous hand appears, kind of grey with like a purplish tint to it. Enormous, great fingernails that curl and twist at the end. The hand is thick, muscular, and huge. It comes out of the darkness, reaching out for the 3 forms. Out of the darkness behind it, you can see an enormous bracer that matches yours almost exactly. It grabs the forms of all 3 of you like little dolls and pulls it back into the darkness as these little doll versions of you stare towards the area where you were, and they're gone. They disappear. And that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you very much.
What the fuck does that mean?
For watching, everybody, and thank you for playing, players. God damn, what does it mean? Maybe find out next time, next week at the same time. Darkfire, 10 GMT, 5 EST. What's going on? We'll find out soon enough. You guys all right? Let's do some shout outs. First of all, are you all okay?
I'm good.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Because I'm hitting you with weird, twisty horror bullshit. I probably should have warned you, but it was kind of obvious when you went into a horrible hole. I feel like you're all okay.
I'm good.
I feel stressed out. It's over. For now.
Is it though?
It's nowhere near over, but it's over for now. For 1 week. In theory, there will be an episode next week. There is a very small percentage chance that there won't be because of disruptions, and I'm really hoping that I don't.
No, we've never missed an episode.
I know, and I
Let
don't.
Let Whack or I guest GM a one shot unrunrelated. If you
That
were
will
busy.
happen. Okay, there will definitely be something here in place of it, and I'll.
Okay.
Let's not hoist more work onto me.
Or I'll do it. It's fine.
You
There will
want to
be.
do it? That's fine. Speak for yourself.
There will be something here, even if we have to pre-record an episode on Saturday morning at 6 a.m. We will never miss an episode. God damn it!
I don't want to miss an episode.
Dude, if I'm in hospital GMing, I will be in hospital GMing. This run has been amazing. What are we on? Episode 29? Maybe?
9.
Damn.
29, and we've never missed one.
Yeah, that is amazing for like any campaign I've ever played in, by the way. The streak has to end at some point, but I refuse.
Does it?
Finale.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to end.
The
Be
end will
positive,
be
like
there.
Daddy Tesla, please.
All right, Daddy Tesla.
I don't want to be called that anymore.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, just for I'm just in such a I'm messed up.
Yeah, me too. That was rough. I'm
that
pretty
was
sure
very
that the
rough.
only good thing about Rin was just taken into darkness. Like that's the light. That's the light of my soul was just taken away. Goodbye. And slow descend into madness from here on out, as if I needed any.
This is my problem with I'm role playing's awesome, but like I take it way too personally. So like I'm still like upset. Like I'm like
Are you-
I like the
I
night.
was
I need
crying.
hours. I need like
I'm with you. God.
it's just gonna carry like my poor wife and son. I'm gonna go in there and be like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Okay,
I don't understand.
let me make dinner alone.
Yeah, we'll all go and decompress after a nice round of shout-outs. Let's start with John Sandman, so he can ground himself and remember who he really is.
John Sandman, Twitch, YouTube, love you. All right, next.
Bam. LT Gray, Tiger Rider.
Hi, I'm Tiger Rider.
You forgot the rest?
No, I just had a moment there where I didn't really know what I wanted to say. If you like me, go follow me on Twitch. I stream 5 days a week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and I come here on Tuesdays to do this with these assholes. And it's fantastic, and I love it. And I love them too. So if you ever want to watch more of me, come out and hang out, and you should definitely come back and continue to watch this if you've enjoyed it, because fuck, I'm gonna die.
PB.
I'm really glad Eero wasn't dead. Well, maybe he is dead. I don't know. But I was real upset. But yes, I'm Pumpkinberry. I'll be here tomorrow doing a horror show. That's great. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, you want
I'm
more
spent.
fucking bullshit? See you tomorrow for Nocturne.
Yeah, it's different when I'm in control. I'm a control freak, Brad. All right?
I don't know, man. I was freaking
Different when
myself
I know
out.
everything that's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I was freaking myself out. Like, what the hell's happening? Iridir, the Schrodinger's cat of dead and alive.
My God, I'm so glad you're not dead.
The Schrodinger's cat of dead and alive. Iridir. What
Yeah.
else is happening in the world?
Yeah, I'm Wax Steven. I'm normally the DM or GM of Doom, and I play Iridir here on the show. But if you guys like what you saw here today and you want to see more of the things that we do, you should definitely follow Tablestory. Follow this channel. Make sure you follow everybody else here as well. turn on notifications for this channel so you know when the shows goes live. PB is doing an amazing horror show tomorrow, so if you weren't freaked out enough today, then you should come and check out tomorrow because PB will really fuck you up. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody just needs to have heart attacks, but not really. That will probably happen tomorrow. I'm fine during most of this stuff. I'm fine.
Same.
What does happen to me though, I have my main trigger is if I die and there's nothing I can do. Like if I die and I just die for the sake of dying, then you guys would have seen me really angry. I would have. That's the level of oh fuck that you usually don't want to see from me. And I was like, it was there. I was holding it back. It was like this far away, and I'm like, just let's see what Brad does first before you freak out. I'm just gonna give Brad the benefit of the doubt. If you rewatch the video, just look at my face. You can see it there.
I can see it there. I've seen it before.
The intense burn. I mean, you saw it happen before, Brad.
Yeah.
You know the one time that
No,
happened.
I know.
Yeah. That was almost gonna happen. That was almost gonna. I was gonna take my water glass and smash it against my fireplace.
You gotta drink it. Remember the rules are you gotta drink the whole
You
thing.
gotta drink it. Did you drink water?
I had 3 glasses of water.
You should sit
during
and
the show,
power
which
back
is
a whole
half
pint of
liter
water.
each time.
I
I drank 1.5 liters of water during the show.
Well,
But
you
yeah,
know,
follow
maybe
this
be
channel,
better
follow everybody
next
here,
time.
and
All right.
But yeah, follow us, please.
Maybe
go ahead and
maybe don't
check out the
suck
Patreon.
at fighting fucking 4 nice and easy little fucking things, you loser. All right,
True
just
DM feelings.
Come on, man. He's a DM. Can't even fucking survive a nice easy little battle. Let's go.
I'm
All right.
just gonna cry in the bathtub with a pint of ice cream. That's
All
what
right,
I'm
we're all
do.
gonna go and pint in the cry on the bathtub, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week. Head on over to the Discord. Everyone has been talking in there all week, and
Hero out.
everyone's like, "This is what's gonna be down there," and I'm like,
Wow, dark.
Hero out, everybody. Peace out. Bye.
Hero out. Him floating. Because he's not dead, right? Please, Brad, please.